So yeah, let's see what the hell we're supposed to be doing. So I know we were definitely having some problems. I can see that they're about to attack one of our bases, and we have no one there, so I'm going to assume that I just gave up on intercepting that. So we're going to have to repair a bunch of stuff there. That's going to be real great. But yeah, I know we were having some trouble keeping up with everything. Like, let's see, we have a freaking death squad from New Jericho that we're supposed to be destroying for Sindarian. We probably will do that. Honestly, if we end up siding with any of the factions, it's probably going to be Sindarian, because the Disciples of Anu finally started to freak me out, and I haven't been wanting to do the 6th initiation. I mean, honestly, they've been freaking me out for a bit, but morbid curiosity kept me going maybe just a little longer than it should have. So like for most of our team, when they get to 2 or 3 or maybe 4 for some of the highest will people, we're going to have to start curing them. So I started holding on to mutagens because capturing has proven kind of difficult. We need to get more captures, because if we could just start producing more mutagens, then I could feel reasonably confident that we're always going to have enough to keep up with the corruption, and then I could start mutating people again, which would be good. There was a comment to the effect that the way augmented parts work isn't quite how I thought. Like, they can be repaired either at base, or maybe they just get repaired out of combat. I wasn't entirely sure, but apparently the repair kits aren't like the only way to repair them, and it's more of a just in combat emergency thing. I'm honestly still not sure that I want to get into augmented body parts this far in, though. Like, a lot of our people already have mutations, and you can only have mutations or augmented parts. Like, even Glacier, who only has 1 mutated part, I don't think he can have augments at this point because he has 1 mutated part. We also have 2 active Pandoran structures. What are we looking at with that? That's just a nest. That should be pretty easy. That is a lair, which is not great, but it's not a citadel. Oh, at this point, I will take not a citadel. Scyllas are freaking terrifying. Although I will say, locking them down with viral damage definitely seems to be the way to go. And then let's see, we've got Seeking Dr. Symes. And one of them's next to Catacombs of Despair. One of them is in Antarctica, and I know that Antarctica one has been an ongoing issue. I've been trying to figure out how to get there. And it really looks like the only way to do that is going to be to get down to this Phoenix base and go across from there. And getting down to that Phoenix base has been a problem because we just don't have any more sites to look at. So it's looking like I'm going to have to activate this base, scan around it so that hopefully I find more sites to lead me down to it, and maybe find some sites over here. I mean, it might end up that I end up having to activate both of these bases to get enough sites to get here. Like, honestly, that seems pretty likely considering the Symes thing is on the far side of Antarctica from where we would be entering the region. So that's great. That's 2 more flippin' bases, and I mean, our resources aren't critical, but they've been better. I mean, we have a lot of food to trade. We have that going for us. We have a lot of food to trade, but you know, these settlements, they take a while to manufacture more things to trade to us for that food. So, you know, that's always a factor. Also, these guys' stamina is really low. Where's the nearest base that... Oh, I definitely remember that. I remember thinking, oh, we really need to get a base down here that has a medical bay and a living quarters. Now, did I actually arrange that? Or was that that's future Luna's problem? Oh, okay, I put one there. Okay. So you guys, A-team, you're going to trade with these 2 settlements, and I know there's that base there too that I could activate, and it would help cover some stuff, but honestly, if I'm going to start activating bases, I may as well just activate that one and hope that that's enough to chain it together. You guys are gonna trade with them. Unfortunately, the only place here that produces like tech materials, like what do they call it again? Yeah, it actually is called tech, which is maybe not the best name for it. Scientific materials, advanced materials, I don't know. But yeah, the ones that produce tech, they also produce food. So we would have to trade materials to them. And if we get real desperate, I will do that. But I would much rather trade food. So we may have to go up here and do some more trading. Hopefully they've had a chance to replenish their materials. Now, let's see what you guys are doing. You guys, I think, are going to Greenland base to heal, is my guess. And then probably after that, I was going to send you to the nest. Okay, well, let's just start the clock and take our lumps for not having a third team to get to Central Asia. We really also need to get a third team together, and that means we need a third plane, which is also going to be heckin' expensive. What are we doing with research? Medical nanites. Okay, yeah, that would be nice. Healing faster would be good. The Venom crossbow development I remember being pretty interested in because I ended up liking the crossbow a lot more than I thought I would. So yeah, a crossbow that also does poison damage sounds pretty good, actually. Reverse engineering that flamethrower, which I still also really want. So yeah, we got a couple of interesting weapon researchers. The mist repeller development, which, yeah, we probably should be doing that. I don't know. I mean, it says repeller. I would think that even if an area is already covered in mist, like, this slowly gets rid of it. I'm hoping that it's that, and that it's not just it keeps it from spreading, but it's already spread, so you're boned. And they also have the free inventory actions, and people have been telling me that I need to try out Dash in the comments. I remember trying that ability when I very first played in the early game, and I was not impressed with it because it just seemed like it was burning through will very quickly to use it. And, you know, it's not like it's making the whole team move faster, it's one soldier moving faster. And overall, I just found like, okay, the jet jump lets me do this for just slightly more will, and it lets me change elevation, although it also, you know, takes action points, so there is that. Now that my soldiers have more will, we're later in the game, so the soldiers have more will to begin with, and we have Dagmara to restore their will, so that, you know, burning through it doesn't mean they have to spend a whole frickin' turn just recovering. One moment. It might be more useful. It might be something that I actually use more. Now, quick aim, people have also said, why aren't you using quick aim? And I believe they put it, I'm just gonna double check myself to make sure I'm not being an idiot, because sometimes that happens. Some people would say it often happens, I'm sure. So yeah, quick aim, it's the ability I thought it was. Yeah, I wasn't using it as much at first because for the same reason, like, you know, will points being a problem. But again, I noticed that, oh hey, Dagmar restores their will, so they can spam this a lot more, and so I did start spamming it. And someone put the comment like on a video, like the videos where I'd started using it more aggressively hadn't released yet, and it's like, don't worry, I figured it out. So yeah, it's like, yeah, abilities that can be spammed like have started to be more useful. I don't think Infiltrator's gonna work on a heavy. I can tell you that for nothing. I don't know, maybe there is some way to do like the ultimate stealth jet jump that I'm just not considering, which would be amazing, but I very much doubt it works that way. I think we're gonna try surprise attack. See how generous the game is with what is considered an attack from behind. You could definitely make an argument for Dash. Like, does he have anything else that actually uses will points that I have the capability to use, because we can't manufacture a lot of the equipment that he needs? That's an ongoing problem. So yeah, I think for him, I'm actually gonna take Dash, because he doesn't have anything really that's using his will points right now, and the healer being able to haul their rear across the battlefield could actually be pretty good. So I'll give it a try. You already have a head mutation. It needs to be someone who doesn't already have a head mutation, because the best part of the priest class is the unique head mutations. Now, yes, you can change a mutation, but that's kind of a waste, because I don't think you get any of the mutagens back. Yeah, we're gonna say Gabriel. We're gonna spend some crit SP so that you can get Psychic Ward a little bit early, because I like not being hit by freaking psychic attacks all the time and the psychic screams and all that. We are gonna mutate you. Yes, it costs some mutagens and we're trying to hold on to them, but one mutation shouldn't set us back, even though it's an expensive one. Probably gonna be Radiant Hope. Now, Lazy, yeah, you definitely have enough SP to take another class. You're kind of an odd duck. You're either really far away with your sniper rifle, or you're getting in enemy's faces with a shotgun. Those are the two things that you do. Honestly, I mean, you could make an argument for Berserker, and another reason Priest wouldn't have worked for you. You already have 2 mutations, neither of which is a head mutation, so I wouldn't even have the option of like changing out a mutation to get you the head mutation. You can only have 2 mutations. So I don't think you're very stealthy. I mean, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, minus 20%. You are not a stealthy boy. that to the surprise of nobody. So I'm gonna say Infiltrator's gonna be a no. Priest is gonna be a no. I mean, you could actually argue for heavy training, maybe. No, the jet jump needs the torso piece, so no, not that either, because your torso's been mutated. Assault or Berserker. Okay, Lazy, we're gonna have you hold on for just a moment until I get a chance to test how the frickin' Shred ability works, because that basically will determine whether you take Berserker or Assault. I'm gonna go heavy. You know, that increased melee damage could actually make that hammer really frickin' good for you. Yeah, sure, we'll give it a whirl. If that doesn't make the hammer worthwhile, between that and close comp quarter specialist, I don't know what will. I mean, Assault giving you free inventory actions, again, that's always nice for everyone. Your higher than normal perception could also make return fire actually work for you reasonably well. And I think you even still have a free mutation slot if I want to give you that head mutation that increases your perception further. However, I don't think you have a torso mutation, so I mean heavy would work for you. You could eventually get jet jump, which again, I'm probably going to end up using instead of dash, but we could see about that. And you do have enough extra strength, like you could carry a heavy weapon, even on top of everything you're already doing. So you know what? I think I'm going to give you heavy. Honestly, I'm thinking about getting rid of the tears, because it's like, in some ways, like, my thought process has been, well, they'd be better than nothing, but are they, though? Are they? So there, now you have a rifle. You can pull it out of your pocket as a free action, somehow, and, there, that will give you some more options, and whenever we get Biochemist, which unfortunately was delayed because we needed to give you strength so you could use the weapon that you would use Biochemist with the most. But once you get Biochemist, that'll let you do some pretty sizable viral damage, provided that the armor on the enemy is low enough to get through. But, you know, if you need to shred armor, you have a hand cannon still. So, I think you're good for now. I wouldn't mind getting you some slightly better chest armor. You did get proficiency with viral weapons. Maybe I should make you a viral rifle. Do we already have one? We already have them. Okay, yeah, that's getting things out of your backpack's a free action for you, and you have the encumbrance for it. So, sure. You can have this. If we run into something like a Scylla, then... No, not that ammo. Whoops, we'll use it eventually. This. That. There. Now you have it, plus 1 extra ammo. You can't carry anything else unless you actually burn through some ammo or a medkit on a mission. So if we're actually going to loot things, I know we uncovered some looting sites, but at this point the enemies are getting so tanky, I feel like we'd use more than we gain. I feel like the benefit of looting missions kind of probably goes down as the campaign goes on. Lazy. Your armor's perfectly okay, because most of your armor is you. Yeah, we're gonna put the paralysis pistol in your pocket to use when needed. And we're going to hand you a hand cannon so that you can actually shred some armor. Take Brawler, get melee weapon proficiency, and better damage with them. Really hoping that affects the paralysis. I'm honestly not 100% sure, but... And here, have this as if we need to paralyze things. And then at some point, I'm going to make you a heavy weapon to also somehow lug around. And we have some heavy New Jericho body armor ready to go. I don't know if this was originally intended for you or what, but we have it, so there you go. Glacier. You had assault training. You have not, however, gotten ready for action yet, and we do not have enough SP to just give it to you, unfortunately. So... I'm not gonna change your weapons too much yet. Well, I haven't been super impressed with this freaking grenade launcher. I'll give it back to you later, because why not? But for now, I think I'm going to give you an assault rifle, and I'm gonna give you the longer range one, because I think that would give you the most versatility. So there, you're gonna have that now. So, you know, we're going to let them finish manufacturing the weapons and see where we're at, because we also need to activate those bases to get to Antarctica. So I don't know if we're going to have enough to do both of those things. Part of that's going to depend on how the trading runs go. But for now, we're at least manufacturing some stuff. We've gotten people equipped. We've spent most of our soldiers' SP. I think we're good. That took me a while. I think I've been working on this for like an hour. You guys will see maybe 10 minutes of it. Well, maybe more than that. It honestly depends on how much I think is worth keeping. This might be one of those episodes where most of it is just me trying to figure out, like, where we are and what we're doing. So, apologies on that if there ends up not being much combat for an episode. So, I think... Let's see, we've checked manufacturing, we've checked our research, we've checked our people... We've checked the recruits that are available and have found them wanting. So I think we have done everything that we can do without, like, advancing the clock at this point. So, yeah, we're gonna take that hit from that base. B team is gonna keep heading to Greenland. And A team is going to do some trading and then head to our base in Central America to take a break, because their stamina's getting kind of low. Yes, I'm aware the base has taken serious damage. Let's see how bad that was. Bad. Okay. The generator is obviously not optional. We have to repair that. We have to repair the satellite. We're not going to bother repairing the vehicle bay. We have so many of those scattered around. Just about every base has one. I think we'll be okay. And yeah, we're still working on a lot of research, so we need this lab back. Ouch. So, yeah, that hurt. I knew it would, but there was just no one in range to deal with it. Again, we really, really need to get a third team out, but... Okay. You guys, start trading. Yeah, okay, we're giving our food, they're giving us stuff. Materials, I should say. Okay, yeah, you guys are gonna wait here for a bit until you've healed and gotten some stamina back. Not too long, mind you, you're not missing that much. But you're here, so you may as well do that. Let's see. You guys are gonna trade. Them. How much is it gonna cost for us to activate the space? A lot, but we can, so we're gonna. Base info. We're not going to bother repairing these just yet. I probably am going to put a living quarters here and repair that medical bay eventually. But we have a lot of other stuff to do. Like, they at the very least need a satellite uplink. So let's... because otherwise they can't scan, which is the main point of this base, to get us to Antarctica. So let's get that started. How much would it cost? It's not that damaged, so okay, fine. We'll repair the medical facility, and... we're going to start building a living quarters if we can. They're pretty cheap. That's pretty much all we can do. We are very low on materials and need to keep trading for more. On that note, you guys are going to head up here and rest for a little bit, because it's going to be a while before that new living quarters is done, and it's going to be a while before they've scanned, so...
The disciples of New Haven is under attack.
Where is it? Okay. B-Team, you're the closest to it, because unfortunately, I don't think even the longest range ships have enough range to cross the Atlantic Ocean. Maybe the Tiamat, but I doubt it. So, you're closest. You're going to have to move down that way. Good news, you've at least gotten your stamina back and honestly most of your health. It's just you're going to have to do this instead of getting that nest right now, which is irritating, but it's where we're at. Where's the other Pandoran structure that we're worried about? Near there, so that's what's launching the attack most likely. So guess what you're doing after you deal with that Haven defense, hopefully by getting there in time. Alright, that's going to mean A-Team. They're going to rest for a little bit, and then they're going to run a trading gamut through here, assuming any of these guys even have stuff, because the problem is we go through... I think we've been through these ones a lot more recently. Can I get just Haven info? I don't want to move, I just want... They have some. Okay, they've managed to make some. So they're going to rest a bit, trade with some of the Havens up in North America, and then... probably get that nest that B-Team is kind of having to just run from so that they can get to that Haven, hopefully in time. Okay.
Haven destroyed.
Dang it. Let me guess, you just got there. Just about. Okay, well, we're gonna take out that friggin' lair at the very least so that this doesn't happen again in the near future. Not like there are many Havens left around here, but still. Oh, cool. Just tons of stuff out the gate. The poacher doesn't really matter unless it gets close. Siren could mind control, I think. There's so many... I kind of wish they'd reined in the enemy variety just a little bit. A few is cool, but when you have this many with these sorts of names... it makes it really hard to keep track of who does what without just having to go through these massive info screens all the time. It's not great. Sometimes, and this is coming from someone who typically likes pretty crunchy games, But sometimes more complexity is not a good thing. Okay, we could have the spawner there. Usually there's a spot in that corner too where it can be, but I can't really tell through the fog of war right now. I think right now priority number 1 is that siren, because mind control is the devil. Do you have a good shot on it, like right now? Because if so, I may just have you quick aim. Yeah. Yeah, alerted. They were going to alert anyway. Don't lie to me, game.
All wounded.
Alright, do you have a clear shot on it? 'Cause if so, you're quick aiming too. Yes, you do. Good news, if you disable its
Acquiring
head, that
targets.
gets rid of most of its abilities. And will remove its armor.
Enemy hit.
Although I'm probably still just gonna take it out, because the melee and the acid
to
is
fire.
not to be scoffed at either. I'm gonna be walking up just as much as you can, and then considering they're kind of all in a cluster, you're just gonna aim in their vague direction and you should hit some stuff. Yes, you pain chameleon, that's fine. Better that we did some damage to you. Of course, our other heavy is basically back where she is absolutely positively useless. Why the random start positions? I hate this kind of stuff in tactical games. Why can't I give my soldiers a formation? Oh yeah, because you either didn't want to program that or you wanted to artificially increase the difficulty. And either way, I don't like it. Honestly, the fireworm egg isn't that big of a deal if it's triggered, but we're gonna put you here. Maybe. I mean, if I got you close enough that you could do a pistol shot on the siren, if you got its head, we might get somewhere. But the only spot I'm seeing where that looks like maybe you could pull that off would be from here. And the problem with that is then we have that poacher right there where it will probably hit you several times, plus the other poacher that's lurking around somewhere. And then you're paralyzed, and then we have a problem. I'm just gonna put you... Honestly, would Warcry be in range here? Maybe? We can try that. Yes, it is! Please do... Oh, and I think you got the poacher that pain chameleon too, because I saw that pop. Okay. Dagmara, where are you ending this turn? Somewhere where you are still near the snipers, but ideally, like, kind of up in this direction, so that Barnabas can, like, run along with you. Let's start with here. Are you still in range of the snipers? Yes, but you probably shouldn't move any further. Okay. That is not gonna work. So let's see if we can maybe get Sean's launcher arm. No, okay. Didn't really expect that to work. That's okay. Mostly just needed you to be in the correct position to cover everyone with the will restoring bubble, because we may as well have Barnabas dash, because your will restoring bubble will restore most of the will that he had to use to do that. Okay. Okay, minor viral damage, that's okay. Good, you missed.
No!
I'm not arguing, but that was insanely lucky. Okay, now that the poachers are closer, they are much higher priority. We're gonna have to make sure Alfred stays close to Dagmara or he's gonna freak because of the viral damage. You're definitely going to war cry. I can tell you that for nothing. You also don't need to move first, which is really good. Keep this under some sort of control. And then send this thing to Hiffle.
Hostile neutralized.
Which will also give Alfred a much needed will point to hopefully help him, well, not Alfred, our other sniper, Eileen, to not freak out. We're still not going to be able to quick aim anything. But, and since we can't quick aim anything, I'm thinking we may as well get you into some sort of cover. However, Vahe... Vahe, we're going to have you step forward a bit. And just blast the living snot out of that thing. I doubt we'll get lucky enough that it dies, but... You disabled its torso so it can't bane Chameleon. Thank you. That was the other thing I was hoping might happen if we got lucky. Okay, Alfred, you're probably going to be on pistol for a minute because of the paralysis. Yeah, Eileen, we're going to have you get into cover with the 1 AP that you
Acquiring
can use.
target.
Let's finish off this poacher. Because it wasn't in the war cry, and we really don't need more paralysis happening. Plus, it gets Eileen some more will points to help keep her from freaking out because of that viral damage. Okay. We're getting somewhere, maybe, dare I hope. The Maniac, he's way off in the distance. We have other things to deal with. Now, these enemies are pretty well controlled with the war cry, but we need to keep working on them, or we're eventually going to get overwhelmed. We need to keep moving. It's just the way this mission works, as much as I friggin' hate it.
Ready to fire.
Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if I was really correct on, like... Because honestly, a big single target in some ways is easier for me to deal with than a lot of random. So maybe Citadels are better than theirs. I'm honestly not sure. I'm questioning everything. Alright, well, if I disable its leg, that's going to mean it can't move very well either, which will help. So let's keep that ticking along. Barnabas, we need to get you into some kind of position where you can use a shotgun. Which means we kind of just need to keep you moving. I will attempt to make a shot from maybe here, like on the way.
In my sights.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. That might, especially if you could get its gun arm. That would actually be really helpful. Oh, that was lucky, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think it still has a spitter head, probably, but that gets rid of, like, its return fire and some of the worst things that it can do. So let's keep you moving.
Reporting enemy contact.
That siren should be pretty much disabled. Okay, good. That was just a terror sentinel. It's nowhere near where we're going. That is a-okay. That is like the best case scenario for spotting an enemy.
Rolling.
Okay, Dagmara needs to stay near the snipers. Honestly, she's in a pretty good position right now as far as covering everyone goes. And she's in something resembling cover. So I think that's the best we're going to manage as far as where she is. So let's just take some pot shots at this ghoul. Maybe we'll get lucky, you never know. waiting for it to be in kind of the best position where it's got like its head here. Alright, unfortunately it's probably gonna regen past the bleeding taking it out, but did some damage, I'll take it. To be honest, that's not Dagmar's main job, so if she does damage, that's a bonus. Okay, got winged by that maniac again, but he's only winging us because he's at pretty extreme range for his weapon. So... Okay, got a brute coming in. Tyrant just sort of shuffled to the side a little bit. As did the Myrmidon. The ghoul decided to try to shoot, and unfortunately did infect Alfred with some pretty considerable viral damage. I think he's gonna have to recover at least once, and unfortunately he can't because he's paralyzed, so he's probably gonna be stuck panicking until that time's down a bit. That was bad. Okay, Lisa might be stuck just war crying again, because I don't think Vahe's in a great position to do that. I mean, unless he runs up and does it, that's an option. Because I don't know that he's going to really be able to shoot it all that much. I don't really want to deal with that maniac. I kind of just want to move away from it and make it chase us. So, if I have Vahe move, let's say not right next. I mean, the Siren's pretty well toast. We should be able to take it out this turn. So I'm gonna do the possibly dumb thing and land next to it, or I could also land up on this ledge. That's also an option. That's maybe less insane.
Doing it.
Then shout. Keep them war cried, freeze Lisa up to do something else while also moving Vahe into a position where maybe he can do a thing. That was the idea. Okay, let me check the abilities on the brutes. I want to say they're very melee focused and probably with like a spitter head. They're one of the more basic enemies we're still running into. Yeah, it has the spitter head, so worst case, poison. Okay, Lisa, we're gonna move you toward the end because you might end up kind of like blocking the walkway. Wondering if I got him like right in its face, if the iconoclast would be able to take it out. Right on the head. Oh, of course, the game's doing that thing where it's like, you're so close that I'm kind of flipping and not properly aiming. So you're telling me we want to aim at its leg. And that somehow that works through its arm. Okay. I mean, I'm not arguing much. Maybe we just bash the siren. Maybe that's how we handle this. Bonk. And again, that's giving will points to the snipers that are struggling with viral damage. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I think Alfred's the one that got winged last time that got hit really bad, so I don't know if it's going to be enough to keep him fully with us, but we can try. Now that one's arm is taken out, so we don't need to worry about it shooting us. So I'm going to go ahead and move Lisa as far as she possibly can. Now again, Alfred can't recover. That paralysis is preventing that. So if he could, I certainly would have him do that. He's probably going to panic at least once. So really my only goal is to try to keep him moving with the team and maybe get him into cover. Dagmara here. It's solid cover. It gets her pretty close to everyone. I might move her up just a little because that thing is melee primarily. Okay, we're gonna move it up just a bit. There, that gets Vahe in the bubble, and that tells me where Alfred needs to be. Here should be okay. Now, you should be okay with the amount of viral damage you have left on you, Eileen. I don't think I need to have you recover, especially if I have you stay near Dagmara, which is what we're gonna do. Now, we are gonna have you overwatch with your crossbow. Depending on how that thing moves, maybe we'll get lucky. I doubt it. Overwatch works kind of weird, but we can try. Honestly, I'm thinking maybe just panic that thing. Dagmara's at full freaking will. Do it. Keeps one thing off of us.